All right, do you like Legos? They're really hot right now. In fact, that when the company Lego Group, European-based, was looking around at a U.S. manufacturing facility, had a choice of states trying to woo it. Glenn Youngkin, the governor of Virginia, said, come over to the Commonwealth, and they decided to do just that, breaking ground on what will be a $1 billion capital investment, promising more than 1,700 jobs in Chesterfield County, Virginia. Governor Youngkin, kind enough to join us. Governor, congratulations on this. It's a pretty big deal. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Thanks for having me. And it's an exciting day. 10 months ago, we announced that Lego was coming to Virginia. And today we had a groundbreaking that really reflects extraordinary progress. I mean, they're already hiring. They're going to hire 500 people by the end of the year and start shipping from this location. But that's what it takes. It takes speed. It takes great partnership. And Lego's an iconic company. They searched all over the country and chose to come to Virginia because I believe Virginia is the best place to build a business, locate a factory, and to chart a future. It really also reflects, I think, the great partnership that we have with Lego. And we're going to continue to see them grow here. It's very exciting. I think finally, Neil, what we're recognizing is that manufacturing around the world wants to come to America. They should come to Virginia because what we're seeing is the supply chains recognizing that we have to have local supply. And we've been strategically focused on this in the Commonwealth, the pharmaceutical industry, the semiconductor industry, the automotive industry, in order to bring that trusted supply chain with allies that we trust right here to the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Now, you're very skeptical when it comes to countries like China, though, particularly China doing what it's done in other states and buying up farmland. Can you tell us how that's going? Because I know you're trying to prevent that.
Yeah, in my State of the Commonwealth address back in January, I asked our General Assembly to send me a bill that would protect our farmland, our extensive agriculture lands across Virginia, from purchase from bad actors, and particularly those associated with the Chinese Communist Party. We have national security assets like the Pentagon and Quantico and the largest naval base in the world here in Virginia. And the last thing we want is for bad actors to be buying up our farmland right next to them. I was very pleased that bill was sent to my desk. I was able to sign it. That in conjunction with a bill that solidified the fact that we have blocked all state assets from using TikTok, and that's been hugely important. We're protecting Virginians. We're pressing forward with building a thriving economy. And I just invite everybody, come to Virginia. We got a lot of good stuff going on here.
You know, there are a lot of CEOs who still make the pilgrimage to Beijing and to China in general. I notice you're planning an Asia mission that will include Taiwan and Japan and South Korea, but not China.
Well, I'm excited to be visiting with some of our largest trade partners, and particularly trusted allies that are an important part of the value chain in some of the most important industries for the U.S.'s future. Semiconductors, automotive, pharmaceutical supply chains, and we want them to come to Virginia. And I believe we have a compelling argument to make that they should come to Virginia. And so I'm going to go visit with those folks and recruit them. I never had a business success that showed up on my desk. You have to go get these things. And so I am really excited next week to be in Taipei, to be in Tokyo, and to be in Seoul.
You know, Governor, you've been on a roll, and you were among the first in the nation to demand and mark into law with, quick approval in the state that those, as low as 18 had to check with their parents before getting on social media. An effort to bring that even lower, I think, to kids as young as 14. I could be wrong, correct me if I am. That the Senate rejected. That was going too far, I guess. That's the latest. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's really frustrating. So remember, I have a House that's controlled by Republicans and a Senate that's controlled by Democrats.
That's right.
We brought common sense into most of our initiatives. And in this case, I think that the Senate Democrats forgot to use the common sense. I mean, they chose big tech over our kids, I was working to protect our kids from big tech gathering their information and selling it. And we're not going to stop at this. We'll start again next year and get this done. I think it's hugely important that we recognize that what's happening to our children in social media is something that should only happen when parents acquiesce to it or bless it. And right now we have big tech and social media harvesting the data of our kids, and I want to stop it in Virginia.
Governor, you're asked about this all the time. I think the last time I chatted with you, whether you're serious about a presidential run, I noticed within your state the other day you were telling a reporter, I'm not in Iowa or New Hampshire or South Carolina, obviously referring to those early battleground states for any Republican presidential candidate. Did that mean that, I know you're focusing on elections for the Assembly and maybe tipping the Senate Republican so you'd have the full run of the table, but does that mean that you're no longer considering a presidential run or heeding the advice of friends and those who support you that it would be a good idea?
Well, Neil, I'm humbled constantly by this topic, and I've been clear, I'm not even writing a book. I'm focused on Virginia, and we've got a big year ahead of us. I've got our entire House and our entire Senate up. It's our midterm year.
Right.
In Virginia. We're off cycle, and we're going to hold our House, and I want to flip our Senate, and that's where my focus is right now.
So if you do flip it and you succeed, then you're free, or a little freer, to think about other things, right?
Well, Neil, I'm a focused governor, and I was focused on bringing Lego. I was focused on making sure that we delivered on our day one game plan, promises made, promises kept, and now I'm focused on making sure that we hold our House and flip our Senate.
So let me ask you a little bit of that. I mean, I know you have a political action committee, and you hold in millions of dollars from that. In fact, it's really meant to benefit Republican candidates in the Commonwealth. I get that, but it's a lot of money, and I'm just saying it could also be shifted to a potential presidential run, or am I just misreading that?
Well, I've been really pleased by the support across the Commonwealth and support that we've gotten outside of the Commonwealth for what we're doing in Virginia, and particularly to progress our agenda and to progress it in these elections. And so that's where that political action committee, the spirit of Virginia, is focused, is making sure that we can deliver on promises made. What is exciting is that the nation has got its eye on Virginia, because I think we're demonstrating that we can bring conservative philosophies to kitchen table issues and change the direction of a state. You know, we were nearly last in job recovery in the pandemic, and now we're surging. We, in fact, watch our education standards diminished and reduced, and we're putting them back to the top. We, in fact, saw violent crime, and particularly murders, hit a 20-year high, and we've been addressing that directly, successfully. I think we're demonstrating that the issues that I think the nation is focused on are the issues that we've been tackling in Virginia, and we've been doing it with a sense of urgency, and it's working.